Welcome to MacroCode. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our employees management system. So as you can see, this is our login screen. So I'll just sign in to our login screen, and you can see here we have our dashboard. So this dashboard, we haven't customized it based on the data that we have, and we'll be doing that in the next series. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, and let's begin this particular episode. So here we have some modules in our employees management. We have the HR and payroll, leave application, security, administration, and system settings. So under HR and payroll, we have employees. Here you can create a new employee details. This is how it looks. Then we have the holidays. You can create holidays. You have the leave adjustments. So here you can do a positive or negative leave adjustments. Then you also have the leave balances. You can see the leave balances per employee, and you can adjust. Then you have the leave periods. Then under leave applications, you have the leave types. So you can create new leave types. And here we have the leave applications that you are able to do. So you can see here we have the awaiting approval. You can approve and you can actually reject. So we'll be going through this particular process just to take you through how this application works. But here you can see we have the new application section. You can create a new application, tie them to the employees. We have the days, the start date, end date, the leave duration, the leave type, and any attachments. Then we have under security, you have the system users. So you can create a new system user and you can assign them to a particular role. Then we have the system roles. You can add new role in the system. So here you can say DevOps engineer, and you can see we have the same. So you can say, so the role should be unique. So if I just create, you'll be able to see that this is created, and we have our role here as a network engineer. Then you have the system profile. So you can create a new profile and you can assign them to some of the actions. So these are actually tasks within the system. Then we have the audit logs. So everything we do in our application is being logged, and you can see we have various entries here. You can also view the audit trails, and you can see we have the old values, the new values, the timestamp, the audit type, whether it's a create update, and you also have the primary key. Then we have under administration, you have the approval entries. So we'll be restructuring this so that you're able to see how this works based on the users. Then you have the workflow user groups. So you can create a workflow user group and you can tie this to a particular document, whether it's a department. So different departments can have different workflow user groups. Then you have the workflow approval user matrix. So we'll also be changing this. So you can see here we were actually doing a one-to-one. So we'll be changing this to be departmental. So we have the designation. So these are designations for the employees. You have the departments. These are departments for the employees. We have the banks, the countries, the cities, the system codes, and the system code details. Then you have the company information. So I want us to do something today. So if you come to our security, you can actually create a new user here. You say test. So this is test. Then you provide the national identity number, the email address, then the email address and the password. Then you select the role. So if you register, you can see here it's giving us user creation failed collection. So let's just do here. So let's just try to assign another user, and we check. If we register, so let's just check that. Under users, if you go to users here, create. So this is our users. So here we should change this particular approach here. So here we should pass the user who is logged in. So how are we getting that? So if you come to one of our create action, we change that to get the user who is logged in. So this is how we were doing that, and we are also going to change this particular approach. So instead of coding the name, we just pass the value of the user is logged in, then the role, then we create the user and the password. So let's just confirm. So I'm going to start this. Then we can relaunch. So I'll also be taking you through how we are going to use AutoMapper instead of doing this one-to-one mapping. So we'll be going through a series of episodes with different enhancements just to show you guys how you can make your work easier. So if I log in and come to users, so we are going to create a new user. We say junior, then macro. So this is numbers. So macro test at gmail.com. Then this is our phone number. That is the password. So let's change our. So if we register, we check here the user. Just confirm everything is okay. So you have the email address, first name. You can see the ID. Then you have the middle name. You have the phone number, role ID is that. Then let's just confirm what's going wrong. So if we get the result, it is saying duplicate, and you can get that the duplicate is because this name already exists. So we are using a name that already exists. So let's change the name here. So that is the username. So the username should be unique. So if I do register again, we get our values, and if we do that, so you can see our details has been added, and we have that admin. So where is it? Junior, our user was junior. So let's just, so this is the guy. So, and we've changed the email address here. So I want us to check on something. So here, so we can actually do this. So I don't know if, I think we changed the alert messages. So let's just confirm for the countries. So this is the message now. So we should also change here. I'll just undo that. Then, so currently what we do is the message. Then here we return this user creation failed, and you should do here dot. So let's just do dot errors to string. So let's just do that. Then here we should also filter this based on the role. So here we should return this based on the role. So here I'll do this here. Sorry. Then I think let me just do this here. I can remove this, and I can also remove this. That's okay. So I don't know what is the message for alert. So let's just confirm for error. This is okay. For error is okay. It was showing. So I think that's okay. So on our app now, we realize that once you create a user, you assign them to a role. So this is the role that we have been assigning. But we need to also manage the rights. So if you come here, you'll see that you can edit a role, and also you need to assign rights to a particular role. So this is how the roles modules looks like, and you can select what they need to access. But I want us to change this from this particular approach. So what we are going to use is I want us to use the Hummingbird tree view. So this is what we are going to use. And if we just check on the look and feel for that, so this is how it looks. So instead of having something like this, I want us to have a tree. So you see, you have the modules, then submodules, then the rights. So the first thing to do is to get the style. So let's just check on one of the demos. Then you can pick the style. So let's look for this. So let's just, I want us to pick so this is sample code. So I want us to pick the style. So you can download. So let's see this one. So we have different ways on how you can do that. So it depends on how you want to have your rights viewed. So you can see this one, you're able to get the values. So I want something like this, like a tree. So one thing is I want us to go to, so you can download the styles and you can get them from here. You see, this is the style. So you can download all this, then you can have it on your project. So this is how it looks. So you can see, you can arrange these ones in nodes. So let's go to our project. So I want us to change this. So the first thing that we need to do is to actually have the style. So we are going to have the style, and so let me just get my style. So I've copied my style. So if you see here, you can just download from the links I've shown you. Then you can get that styles here. So I'll just copy those to my folder. We have the CSS folder. Then I've copied the style, and also I've copied the JS file. So we have these two files. So once you copy that, go to shared folder, then under layout. So you need to import it. So we need to have it here. So reference that. So we have the so this is our JS, and we also have our CSS file at the top. So if I just go here, we have this style assets CSS, then arming bag treeview.cs. Then you also have our JS file down here. So you have the assets JS arming bag tree.js. So once you have that, then we can now go to our rights. So system profiles. So where is it? So we need to come to this page. So profiles, then user rights. So I'll just come here. So I want us to change this particular approach. So how are we going to do that? So I want us to change this particular approach, and we are going to redo the entire interface. So just to proceed is we are going to remove, so let's just get rid of it. So we can retain the card. So let me just do this. I remove this, and we have this here. So if we do that, then we are cool. So the next thing is we need to now change we need to now have the styles for our project. So for our role. So here I'll just do div. Let me zoom in so that you're able to see. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribe. So here we'll do role, and I can close this. Then I can have my form. So let's just do form. Then action. So our SP action here. Then you can say this is a user. Sorry, so we'll say user rights. So then this will be our class. We do here form horizontal. There we go. Then here I'll close my form. So inside our forms, we can have now a div class row. Then I'll close this. Then I can do div class form group. Then I can do call d12. Then I can close this as well. Then I can have here, I can do div. So I'll do div class. Then I can do md6. Then I can close this. Then here, I want us to have div class form group. Then I can close this. Now here, I want us to add now the list of the roles. So you can just copy one of the under leave application. If we do create, so this is how our select looks like. So you can copy this. So you can copy this, and if you go here, so we can have this one here. So what do we need here? So this is actually the role ID, and this one you also need the role ID. So that means if we go to our user rights controller, that is under profiles, then user rights action. Where is it? Here, user rights. We should be having a view data. We should be having a view data for our roles. So let's just add that because we actually need it. So to do that, so here we will get, so here I want us to do variable, then we say all roles. So you should be having all the roles. So you can do a wait underscore context, then we do roles, and then we can order by, you can just do here dot order by, then you can do here is dot name. Then here we can do to list async. So since we have all the roles, then here we can do view data, view bag, so let's just do view bag, then dot role ID, that role ID. So this should be ID equals to new select list. Then we can have our all roles. Then we can do that ID. So the value we want is the ID, and then here we do names. So I'll just do here name. Then we can also pass the ID that is selected. So this will be giving us the ID. So we now have our view bag role. Then the next thing that we need to have is actually all the roles. So this one, you can see this is the selected role, and so do we need this? We don't need this. So I want us to have here. So we'll just do tasks. Then you have all the children, and that's okay. So no, let's just, yes, we need the assigned roles. So that is so that we see what has been selected. So that's fine. So after that, what we need to do, let's go back to we now have our style. That is let's go back to our page and profiles. Then here we have our role ID. So we just add view bag role ID. That's fine. So then here, what I want us to do here is every time this is selected, we need to have a link here. So you can say current, so you can say class current root URL. So this one, I'll be showing you how we need to have that. So every time you select this particular role, it should actually update our link. So here we should get, so this should be profiles. So this is profiles. So you should do profiles. So we need to have the link here. So I'll say profiles. Then it should take us to the user rights. So it should take us here. So every time you change, it should update what you've changed. So that you're able to see what has been selected and what has not been selected. So I'll close this. So this current URL, we can have the style down here. So it's actually a script. So here we can have a section. Then we can say scripts. Then we can do this. So script. Then here we can do script. Then type. Then this is a text. JavaScript. Then here we can close it. down here, I want us to add, so you can do on change. So I'll just do this, then dot, they should be single quotes, then dot on change. Then you can do here on, then you can say also on change. So these should reflect. So inside here, we need to do function. Then these are function. Then you need to open this. So on change, then here we need to now do window dot location, then equals to, we need to do this, you say here dot current, so where this one, current root URL, we have it here. Then we need to say dot attribute, so we need to do this. Then we say href, then here we can add, so we can do that. Then we say here should be, so this one should be dot on change option, then selected, then dot val. So we need to pass the value of what has been selected. So I think once you are done with that, then we can close this. And we need also to do something here. So I want us to get the selected items. So here we'll just add this. So this is how you do it. So I want you to ensure that you have these updated so that you're able to have the correct results. So I'll change that. So if you see, this is now how my application looks like. So, but before doing anything, so let's just check. If we launch this app, we're going to get the root IDs, that is the role IDs. And when you get the role IDs, you need to ensure that whenever you change the role, you're able to also get the updated roles. So let's just sign in. I'll go to user roles. If you say assign rights, you see we have this. So if you select this, then you should be able to get a refresh. So I think we'll be able to see why that's not happening. But for now, let's proceed. So since we have now our role here, we need to create now to load all the permissions. So so we need to load all the rights. So we'll do md12 here, and then I'll close it. Then I now have to have the div, then I'll do id, then I'll give it a tree. So if I close this, then I'll do, now we have the list. So we are doing a list of, so this will be our tree data. So we'll do tree data. Then I'll do my class. So the class now is what we are going to use the hummingbird tree view. So I'll just add that, and here I'll close my list here. So since we have that, then we need to list all the items that we have inside here. So one thing is I want us to, so I'll just add some items so that you're able to see that. So I want us to get, so I'll just add this. So I want us to get, so this is the arrow, and this is the parent. So we'll be getting all the rights. So let's also confirm how we are naming our rights here. So our rights here, we are saying it's a collection of IDs. So what we need to check, is for this collection of IDs, we need to ensure that every time we have our application selected, we have so let's just go back here. So this says we need these all rights. The name is all rights, and we need this selected. So we have our modules. So you see all these are the modules that we have. So every time you assign rights, we need to get all the modules. So this will be our first item. Then it's kind of a title. So then we need to order now all the rights here. So the only thing that we're now going to do is to loop. So we are just going to loop all the, so we'll do here for each. Then I'll say variable item in, then I'll say model, then dot. So here we are going to loop all the rights. So that's the profiles. So if you check, the profile should be a list. So you see this one, this is the profile, and this should be a list, and this is what we are going to loop. So if you do this, then we need to have that. So every time you loop, you pass the parent and the child. So I think I'll just come here. Let me add something. So, and to shorten the process, so I'll just add this. So every time you loop, so here, so you see we have the list, then we are making the list unique using our ID. Then this is the rights. So rights IDs. So we also need to have the assigned rights. So let me just come here and check. So this is the rights, role rights IDs. So that's fine. So we need to ensure we have all the rights. So this is our role rights IDs, and we have here the IDs, which is you should check if it is checked. So you can see here. So if the model contains these rights, then we need to ensure that that particular item is checked. If it is not, then it means it has not been checked. So that's what we need to control. So we need to list all these items. So I'll just add to, so that we move fast. Then I'll take you through. So this one, we're now having all the, so here we'll be doing item dot children. So this is rights assigned. And also one thing that I failed to mention is on our right, on our system roles, we should have, yes, I think we have it. So the order, we should always have the order of our roles. So that will help us arrange our roles based on the numbers that we want, how they should appear. So this one is a child. So you should have here children. So it's just a matter of having the values, right? So you're looping as you order. So it's just the same case. So you can see, let me zoom in. So if you see here, we are just checking if there is a value, we have it checked or unchecked. Then this is the parent. Then we go to the children here. You also check if it has a value, you do checked or unchecked. So if it doesn't have, you just pass the name. So if there is also, you also go to the sub-children, you go and check the rights. If it has a value, you have it checked. If it's not, you have it unchecked. And that is how, so you see this is the list, and this is the ordered list up to here. Then we need to close our list here. So this is what we need to close. And you can see we have now our list of items that we need to, so these are all the roles, and it should now appear kind of in a tree. So if I update our app, we should now be able to see our list of rights. So you see, we now have the list of rights appearing this way. So, and I want you to see something. You see, it is actually cascaded. You have the dashboard, and you have the children, the main module, and you have the children. You see, for example, the leave periods, it has a create action. The leave types, it has the certain actions. And there are some items that has already been assigned to this particular role. So if you select this, you should actually refresh the page and you should get, so you can see you're able to scroll down. So, and in case you want to select everything, you can actually do that. You see, if I do this, I can select everything. Now, we need to add the buttons for you to assign rights to specific roles. You see here, these will be the roles, and you come and select the rights that you want them to have. So let's just borrow the buttons that we've been having for our application. So this is how it looks like. So I'll copy this. This is one of them. So let's just check if that is a good for leave application. If we do new, we don't want that. Let's check for leave for employees. Yes, let's pick this for employees. So if I go to employees and do create, I'll change this here. Then I'll copy this. So if we go to our user rights, and we need to add that now to our list of, that is to our, so where are we going to add that? So if we do this and this, so we can add it here. So this will be our, so you can say assign, so this will be assign rights. So that will be our button. And this actually takes us to user rights post action. So let's just confirm our user rights post action. So that should be under profiles. So if we go to profiles, this is our user group rights. So this is what it happens. So let me just confirm if that's the correct action. So this is the one. Yes, it should be this one. So it is assigning rights. So you see it is assigning rights to our application. Then so we should have this as the main action. So if you go to user rights, we need to have it here. So that is it. So let's just relaunch our app and see. So I want us to ensure that when you click on assign rights, so we can have our breakpoint here, and you should be able to see. So if we go to our app and go to user security roles, then we say here assign rights. You see we have these particular rights now, and here I can do, if I do select and click assign, you see it here we will be having a list of IDs, you see. So these are all the rights. So if I just proceed, you see it is giving me the view was not found. So let's just confirm what is the issue. So what I want us to do is I want us to ensure that we have the same view. So let's just change this to user rights. It is always easy to handle such a case. So if I just come here to profiles, so where is it? It was under roles. So you can change this to user rights. So in case of an error, it will go back to the same view. So here, I want us to change something. And also, I'm going to show you something that we need to have handled in our app, just to ensure that everything is okay. So here, let me just go sign in here. And if we go to our user rights, so where is it? Where we have the roles. Then if I say assign, so I just select everything. If I click assign, we now have our app. So there we go. So do we have, so check on this. So we have the role ID, but we don't have the task. You see this one is missing, and that is what we need. So yes, so I think there is somewhere we need to have, yes. I've seen. So this is actually, so let me undo. So assign right action is different from this. So we need to have used this user group rights. User group rights. So this is where we should be checking. So if we go to the actions for user group, we need to change this. So I'll just launch. So under roles, the profiles, so let's just stick here. So if you just see, whenever you are assigning rights, we need to remove all those rights that had been assigned to that particular role. Then we add another right. So as you see here, we now go to roles, then assign rights. So I'll select everything. And if I click that, you'll see we now have, so you see this first remove all the rights. And we need to check for that particular role. Are we having anything? No. You see this is null. Our view model, do you have the role ID? Yes. So you can have the VM. So let's just do here VM.role ID. Then here we need to have this dot role ID, and that should give us everything that we need. So then this one we need to remove it, and we should be good. So if we launch our app, we should now be able to remove all the rights that were there before assigning the new ones. So you see, this is how you can do it. So in case you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below, and let's see how this works. So I'll just come here, click on it, click assign. Then if we check on it, we should be able to get some rights. So you see we now have the ID. Then do we have IDs? You see we have almost 95 of them. So let's just save. So you see everything is okay, and this has taken us to the index. But it should now take us back to, let me see, it should take us back to the, I think we'll be able to change this. It should take us back to the system profiles. So then we can add the success message on this particular area. I think we are not added. So you can do the message. If you go to profiles, then you can have this here. So you can have this here. So this will be doing a loop. So we don't need to have that. You can say rights assigned successfully. So then here we can actually do try, just to capture anything. Sorry, try. Then I can do here catch. Then we can do exception. Then we can have our error message here. You can say this is error. Then we say rights could not be assigned successfully. Then we pass the message. So that's cool. So if we do that, then we are good. So let's relaunch our app and see. So if you're following this video and you want to, so there's something wrong. So we need to return redirect to action. Then we can do name of user group rights. So that's okay. So let's relaunch this. So if we relaunch, then we should be having so then you should be able to assign rights with a message. So let's just go back here. Then if I do here security roles, then I do assign rights, select everything and assign. Remove the breakpoint, and you can see that is okay. So we've now able to assign the rights to our app. So if you want to see how these rights are going to be used, remember to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and see you in our next episode. Bye.